Let's have ourselves and pray. Loving Jesus, we want to thank you for this morning. We want to thank you for blessing us with such a lovely morning. We pray as we attend this session, remember to bless us and guide us so we may be able to understand each and everything that our church is going to teach us. I prayed all this believing and trusting in your Son Jesus Christ. We prayed. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Ashley, for that beautiful and wonderful prayer. I welcome you to this lesson, an e-learning project, which is purely funded by Edify Uganda, coordinated by Christian Schools Owners Association, and also implemented by ICT Teachers Association of Uganda. And today, like I said, we are here for CRE, Christian Religious Education, Senior 2. If you're not in Senior 2, just know that you're in a wrong place. We are here for CRE Senior 2 with me, Mukwaya Joseph. And our lesson for today, we are going to look at injustices in the present situation. We are going to look at injustices in the present situation. That is our lesson for today. It is going to be an exciting discussion. And in case you want to contact me outside this lesson, you can reach me out to 0701903985, or you can reach me out to my email, josemukwaya@gmail.com. So our lesson objectives for today, just like I've said, we are looking at injustices in the present situation. Victor, yes, please.
Sir, I'm requesting you to slide back.
Okay, there?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Are you done?
I'm done. Yes.
Okay. Yes, Ashley, what is your issue about?
Yes, I wanted to ask, is it true that you're having exams next week?
Is it what?
True that you're having exams next week?
Yeah, it is true.
Okay.
So, like I said, our lesson objectives for today, we are going to digest and concretize injustices in the present situation. And under that, we shall look at the injustices against women. And lastly, we are going to look at child abuse. We're going to look at child abuse. So, question. Remember, last week we had introduced this topic, justice. So injustice is the opposite of justice. Injustice is the opposite of justice. And I remember we said that justice is the treating of people fairly, fair treatment given to a person. Fair treatment, when you give a fair treatment, you are doing what we call justice. You are doing what we call justice. Or when you do something which is right, doing what is right, or what is fair, you are doing what is called justice. Treating others fairly, that is justice. But remember, today, today, we are looking at injustices in the present situation. Injustices in the present situation. That is what we are looking at today. So as we are going on with this lesson, I really want us to see the injustices in the present situation. Today, people do so many things, as you can see on my screen. People normally do shocking things. You can see that mother is stepping on the child. Injustice, unfair, a mother brutality. A mother is busy beating up the child. Something which is not right. So today we are going to digest and understand what is injustice. People are doing bad things. People are doing so many things which are not good. And that means that nowadays people are not being fair. People are not being fair. So when we talk about injustice, injustice, it means a breakdown in relationship, a breakdown in relationship, or unfair treatment when somebody is not doing something in the right way towards the other. That is injustice. And we are seeing that today there are so many cases where people are failing to relate to one another. Today, people are failing to relate. I don't know why. People are failing. I don't know why. Maybe the judgment day is very close. I don't know. So before I bring out my points, I need to hear from you some of the injustices that you know that are taking place today. By show of hands. Injustices. Yes, Makalena.
Today, workers are highly exploited by job owners.
Hey, exploitation of workers. Somebody is paying you 2,000 shillings a month. Can you imagine? And you're working from morning till evening. Exploitation of workers. Yes, Isabella.
Women are being oppressed in male-dominated societies.
Hey, women. Women are being oppressed. When you go to jobs, most especially those secretaries, they face problems. Those secretaries. Yes, Ashley. Ashley.
Yes, mistreatment of wives by some husbands and children by their stepmothers through domestic violence.
Hey, very good, very good. Thank you so much. Yes, Lana. Lana.
Child abuse by some parents.
Hey, child abuse. As you have seen that video, child abuse is rampant. Yes.
Victimizing the poor in courts of law by judges favoring the rich.
Hey, that is true. Today the poor. When you go into the courts of law, if you don't have money, you face it. You face it. Yes, Grace.
Police brutality, where people are being arrested in an orderly way.
That is very true. Of recent, the member of parliament Honorable Seginya and Honorable Sewanyana, they were brutally arrested. They were brutally arrested. So that is injustice. Injustice. Makalena, you have another point to give us? Makalena, you have another point to give us? Or you forgot the hand up?
Child labor
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, when I look in the chat, unfair taxation by the government, unfair taxation by the government, that is true. That is true. Yes, Sulaina.
Bullying and teasing in some schools leading to death in students.
Bullying and teasing. Bullying and teasing in some schools. When you're a newcomer, those old boys and girls, they will bully you. Yes, Grace.
Marital violence, where wives and husbands fight.
Marital violence. People are married. Why do you fight? Why do you fight? Yes, Ashley.
Adultery and other forms of extramarital affairs that pave way for marriage conflicts and breakdown.
That is true. That is true. Makalena. Makalena.
rape.
Rape. Thank you. Okay, let me.
Rape.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now we are seeing that there is exploitation of workers, as somebody has told us, exploitation of workers by their employers. How? Somebody is paid little, somebody is overworked. Sometimes some employers, they don't pay their employees, which is not fair. I've worked for you. Why don't you want to pay me? I've worked. Why don't you want to pay me? That is injustice. Women are being suppressed in the male-dominated society. Today in the society, the men underlook upon these women. They look at them as being inferior. For you women, you are inferior. You can't do anything. That's why women are being subjected to so many abuses like rape, defilement, polygamous marriages, and so many others. And so many others. So we are seeing that there is child abuse. Child abuse, it is another form of injustice. Child abuse, it is another form of injustice, and it is common today. We are going to look at it. We are going to look at it. I even have a video. So we are going to look at it. Child abuse. Child abuse. Parents nowadays, they punish their children in a severe way. Today justice has been commercialized. So if you don't have money nowadays, if you don't have money, the courts of law will not favor you. So the poor nowadays, they face injustices in the courts of law because they don't have money. Mob justice. Mob justice. When I talk of mob justice, this is when People take the law in their own hands. I can give you an example. I can give you an example. Nowadays, we hear people, they have burnt down somebody because we have found that person stealing. You burn down, you burn that person. Who told you that you have the right to end somebody's life? Who told you? There is nobody who has a right to end somebody's life. It is only God who has the switch on and off. It is only God. Only God who has that switch. It is only God. So mob justice today is very common. People find, they get somebody who has been stealing, they undress that person, they start burning up that person. That is mob justice. Taking law in your own hands. That is not fair. Because there is nobody who has a right to make a judgment upon the other. There is nobody. You don't have a right to judge. How can you judge me? How? That's why when we go to the Bible, Jesus found some men who were stoning up a prostitute. They were busy stoning up this prostitute. So Jesus told them, hello, what are you doing? You first stop. Now, if there is anybody here who has never committed any sin, you can continue stoning up this lady. All of them, they walked away. Why? Because all of us, we are sinners. But in most cases, we always repent. We repent. So you don't have a right to judge the other person that now for you, you have stolen my chicken. You have stolen my chicken. I'm going to cut off your legs. How? Let the courts of law, judge this person. Marital unfaithfulness, today it is very common. Some married couples are failing to keep their vows. They are failing. People, when they are in the church, but along the way, when somebody is sick, the other partner gets another person. That is being unfair. We vowed that even if I'm sick, even if I'm poor, these slave queens, they like money so much. She gets you when you have money. You get poor. She gets another man. That is being unfair. Marital unfaithfulness today is very common. It is not fair at all. Okay? It is not fair at all. We are seeing that there is defilement. 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 What is defilement? There is a difference. There is a difference between defilement and rape. Rape is forced sex. Forced sex. You force somebody into that act. First, when that person doesn't want, you force yourself onto that person. But defilement, this is when an adult chooses to have sexual relation with an underage. You are 50 years old. Today morning, as I was heading to my destination where I was going, I heard over the news there is a parent, a father in Masaka, who defiled his daughter, 15 years old. Can you imagine? A father? Can you imagine? That is defilement. Somebody who is old, you force yourself, you choose to have a sexual relationship with an underage. That is not fair. That is not fair. That is injustice. Cases of rape. I told you rape, it is forced sex. It is different from defilement. It is different. There is a difference between defilement and rape. Defilement, it is when somebody who is older chooses to have a sexual relation with an underage. Whereas rape, this is some forced sex. Somebody forces the other partner into this act and that person doesn't want. When they have not agreed, you have not agreed, you want to kill the rat. Okay, that is injustice. God does not allow that, and such acts are punishable. Such acts are punishable. Some women today do practice abortion. Oh my God. Abortion. We are seeing that the fetus is deliberately removed from the womb before it is capable of independent living. Abortion. How did you get pregnant? Who told you that you have the right to end somebody's life? Abortion is injustice. You are killing somebody. You are killing somebody. So abortion, it is another form of injustice. So many women today, they do practice abortion, but they'll never see heaven. They'll never. Bullying in different institutions such as schools and workplaces. In most cases, newcomers are teased. Newcomers are teased. I remember when I was in senior 1, it was my first time to visit a boarding school. All my primary life, I was in day section. As I was going to school, my mom told me, you know what? Where you are going, those boys and girls, they can bully, they can tease. So you have to be careful. I was a victim. When I reached my dormitory, a big boy came and told me, hello, what is your name? I'm Joseph Mukwaya. Open your suitcase. What do you have? I opened. Can you give me your keys? I'm going to keep your keys, okay? If you need the biscuits, whatever, you come to me, I open for you. Yeah. So whenever I needed to get something from my suitcase, I had to go to this boy. I need to eat some daddies. After 1 week, the guy gave me back my keys. On opening the box, I was only having soap. Only soap and omo. Only soap and omo. Yes, Ashley. Do you have something to tell us?
No, I forgot to lower my hand.
Hey. Okay. So, bullying, it is an injustice. Newcomers are teased. Newcomers are teased. It is not right. And I know some of you here, you have ever been victims of bullying. Hey, some employers practice nepotism. Nepotism, it means nepotism, it means this is when somebody favors only his relatives and friends while giving jobs, yet they are not even qualified. We call that nepotism. You only give your relatives, you only give your friends jobs, they are not even qualified. That is nepotism. An injustice. Why are you giving out jobs to people who are not qualified? Why? Somebody is asking me here, what is adultery? Adultery, this is when somebody who is married Somebody who is married decides to get somebody else outside marriage, or sexual intercourse between a married person, a person who is not married. You are married, you go into a sexual intercourse with another person outside your marriage. That is adultery. Hope I've answered you. Hope I've answered you tender. Okay. Now we are seeing that there is a practice of tribalism nowadays, my friends. Tribalism. There are some places of work where you go, you find only there one tribe. They ask you, what is your name? I am called the Sendikadiwa. You go away. We don't need the Sendikadiwas here. Sendikadiwa, gendo kadilewa. We don't want Sendikadiwas here. We need to Riagumanawe. We need the other people. So, tribalism. You favor tribal mates. There are some places whereby people are favoring tribal mates only. That's why somebody says that, I said that nowadays, when you go to any company, any organization here, they'll ask you, who has sent you? Who has sent you? The Baganda call it anyaku money. Then you say, you see, I heard that there is a placement, there is a vacancy here. Who has sent you? Go away. Wasting our time. Tribalism. Tribalism is not good. There is an increased case of murder and killing of innocent people. Innocent people are being killed nowadays. We have so many examples. I know you watch news. I remember those days when you were in the period of elections. The people in Kampala, they got news that Robert Kyagulanyi, aka Bob Wine, was arrested in that side of Jinja. People started rioting. So when people started rioting, some security operatives, they started shooting people anyhow. There is a lady who was shot when she was carrying food. These people who normally carry food. In Uganda, they call them abavugemere. So, killing innocent people, it is not good. So many innocent people during that day, they were being killed. Innocent people. Innocent. Robbery. This is where an individual's property is removed by force. It is also associated with a lot of torture, which may eventually lead to death. Robbery. Somebody enters your house. Somebody knocks. Hello, open. I need money. Where is your money? There are these younger boys in Chisenyi here in Kampala. They find you with your phone. They will tell you, hello, come here. Can you give me that phone? That phone is mine now. Give it to me. Hurry. Injustice. That is not fair. Go and work and get your own phone. So, strikes, they are common. Strikes, most especially in schools. You youngsters, you strike in schools, and I've tried to make research. Most of the strikes are as a result of food. Food. People, you young kids, you want to eat so much. So when they have not prepared good meals, you end up striking. You destroy buildings. You know the cost of a building? Have you ever constructed one? Before you destroy it, have you ever constructed one? Because they have not prepared for you chicken. Now you are breaking the glasses of the school. Okay, that is not good. Yes, Grace.
Excuse me, sir. I had a question about the people killing others. I was asking, what if someone has done something, then they take him to court and they say that for you, you're going to be Kalaba, they call it Kalaba. Is it good? Is it also referred to as justice or injustice?
Taking somebody to Kalaba.
Yes.
That is an injustice, because here there is nobody who has right to end somebody's life. It is only God who has that right.
Okay.
It is only God.
Thank you.
Okay. Corruption in society. Yes, Stella.
Teacher, I also wanted to ask about that point of killing people. For example, someone kills bombs a whole school of kids, young kids, parents, and everyone at an occasion. Really, doesn't that person deserve death?
Come again.
If someone, let me say a terrorist bombs a whole area of children, many children of people, and also their parents and different people, doesn't that person really, the way you're thinking, doesn't that person deserve death? Even though Jesus would.
No. Like I said, there is nobody who has a right to end somebody's life. There is nobody, so you don't have that right to end somebody's life. However much you may see that according to the magnitude of the case, that this person, an eye for an eye is not a solution. Because if we're really doing the so-called an eye for an eye, we would have killed so many people, because so many people normally do bad things upon us, but we forgive. The Bible normally tells us to forgive. Even Jesus forgave those ones who did what? Jesus forgave them. He forgave them. Please forgive them, because they don't know what they are doing. So even that terrorist might be doing something because he or she doesn't know what is doing. You forgive. Forgive. Some people do things because they even don't know. They even don't know what they are doing. Some of the terrorists, just like you said, there is a way how they convince them that if you do A, B, C, D, you are going to get this. So the Bible tells us to forgive. Always forgive. And because we have been forgiving people who wrong us, that's why we still see people around us. Otherwise, if each and everybody who has been trying to do something bad onto you, you do the same, I think the population would have been over by now, because people wrong us every day. Yes?
So do you forgive?
Hey, I forgive. I forgive. I don't sound like somebody who forgives. I forgive. So our point, it was telling us that today there is corruption, Today, there is corruption. There is corruption today. And when you talk about corruption, when you talk about corruption, this is when somebody uses money in the way which is not right. Somebody who is in power. For instance, people were complaining about the donations which were made during the first lockdown. People donated a lot of money. Where did that money go? What did it do? So people are saying that maybe that money was eaten by some individuals. So we call that corruption. You use money, you or use something which for something else. Okay. And also we have bribery. Bribery, kitu kidogo. Nowadays, people, they move past a curfew time because they know they have their money. An officer finds you. Hello, where are you going? What is the time? Afande. Afande, you get these 50,000 shillings. Okay. Hey, and even the other guy tells you that you can't go. Bribery, it is not good. It's not good at all. Women are overloaded with the domestic duties. Women do a lot of work. They cook, they bathe children, they wash plates, they wash clothes, everything. And these men, they don't appreciate them. At the end of the day, you hear they are being beaten. They are being beaten. Men, why do you beat up your wife? Okay. Some women are subjected to polygamous marriages. Polygamous marriages nowadays still are very common. A woman is forced to share a man. You are forced. You don't want to share a man, but this man of yours forcefully makes you to share, which is not good. Which is not good. Men beat up women today. I hear there are also men who are being beaten. I've ever heard of one that for them they fear to talk, but there are also men over there who are beaten up by their wives, seriously. But it is so common with men beating women. That is very common, and that is not right. So we are seeing that in some societies, beating up a woman is considered to be a way of disciplining them. And I hear even some women, they normally say, Anang, if for me a man does not beat me up, for me, I will not really understand that he loves me. Can you hear the foolery? So some women, they think that if a man doesn't beat you, that man doesn't love you. Yeah. Can you imagine? That is injustice. Some men look at women as sexy objects. Sexy objects. That's why even this Fiki Famaika, maybe he came up with this song. My woman is my property. My property. How? Who told you that a woman is a property? That's why most of the men, they look at them as sex objects. So this means that they are simply there to satisfy men. And you don't have to hesitate if a man, if a man wants to kill the rat, you don't have to hesitate. That is injustice. That is injustice, because we have our rights. We all have our rights, both male and female. That business of saying that the other one is superior before the other. We are all created in God's image. All of us were created in God's image. So that business of underlooking women, it is an injustice. Now, I want us to specifically look at the injustices against women in Uganda today. Ladies and gentlemen over there, can you give me some of the injustices that women face in Uganda? In Uganda today, yes, Makalena, in Uganda.
In Uganda today, women face the following. Women are loaded with too much domestic work.
Too much domestic work. Too much domestic work. Yes, Cravens.
Women are not given equal employment opportunities.
There are some jobs. If a woman goes there, she will not be given that job because she is a woman. Because she is a woman. Why? Yes, Maria. Yes, Maria.
In Uganda today, women are beaten up by their husbands.
Very good. In Uganda today, women are beaten up by their husband. Why are you beating up somebody? Who told you that? If you want to beat, if you feel like you have a lot of energy, gun box the wall. Gun box the wall. Yes, Sulaina?
In Uganda today, some women are refused to go to work because they're supposed to stay at home and do their housework, and yet they want to also be independent on themselves.
In Uganda today, most women are not being allowed by their husbands to work. They are not being allowed. Yes, Stella. Stella?
Some women in Uganda today are shunned and talked down by the society because they want to pursue their dreams and ambitions.
Overlooking. Anna? Yes, Anna?
Some women are denied the chance of inheriting their fathers or husband's property in case of death.
That is true. Thank you very much. Women are denied that chance to inherit property. Why do you deny them chance? Yes, Busunju.
Some women think that women should not work.
Some men, they think that women are not supposed to work. They're supposed to stay at home. Yes, Jovia.
Teacher, some women are being given the responsibility of taking care of their children, have become single mothers.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Grace.
Women are considered inferior to men.
Women are considered inferior. In other words. Why don't you put about the ladies? Yes, Stella?
Women today are denied the right to their children in case of a divorce or separation in marriages and relationships.
Very good. Thank you. You have separated. Why are you denying the lady a chance to have a look at the children? Yes, Isabella? Isabella?
Widows are being inherited by their brother or uncle of the deceased because they believe she's property of that family.
That is true. Nowadays, we still have cultures which have that policy, inheriting the widow. Inheriting the widow. It is not good. Yes, Enoch?
Are you hearing me?
Very well.
Some men, they drink alcohol, and when they reach home, they start beating their women.
Hey, have you ever seen one who is beating up?
Yes.
Which one?
Owen.
Yeah, yes. We are seeing that some men, they go to bars, they drink alcohol, they come back home. They feel like they are the kings of the jungle. Hello, God sleep. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? They start disorganizing everybody. That is not good. That is not good. Yes, Stella?
Some women are subjected to female genital circumcision, especially in the Sabei tribe.
That is true. Female circumcision. How can you circumcise a lady? Oh my God. How? And where are you going to circumcise? So that is an injustice, very bad. Okay, allow me to give you my submission also, and I think you have given me almost what I had on my plan. Women today in some societies are subjected to food taboos. In some societies, we see that women are not allowed to eat certain types of foods like eggs, fish, pork, chicken. Some food types in some societies today, they don't allow women to take some food types. Those ones that I've listed. Women are still being divorced. Women are divorced. Many think that if he feels like he's tired to be with this lady, he simply tells this lady, go away. Go back to your parents' home. Can you imagine? Too bad. It's too bad. Inheritance of widows, somebody gave us that. Some women are being denied a chance to inherit their father's property. Somebody gave us that. Some women are denied family headship. In some communities, women are forced into marriages. I'm sorry to make it so fast. You find the notes in the Google Classroom. In the political field, women are disadvantaged. Some are not allowed to participate freely. They are not allowed. Some men cannot allow their wives to contest. They don't allow them. In some cultures, women are seen as a source of mercy, fortune. In some societies, if a man early in the morning is going to work, he finds the first person that he finds it is a woman. Oh, an abomination. That man will think that the whole day is doomed because the first person he has met, that person has been a woman. Demand for expensive bride wealth instead of it is an injustice. Women are seen as property. Some parents prefer educating sons to daughters. That is right. Some men today, in fact, some parents today, they prefer educating a son than a daughter. Why? Why? That is an injustice against women. Women are being discriminated in the field of work. They are being discriminated. Some parents prefer. Okay, now let us look at child abuse. Child what? Abuse. Maybe I'll pose a question. What is child abuse? What is child abuse? What is child abuse? Yes, Isabella?
Child abuse is the ill treatment of a child by either an adult or his parents.
Ill treatment. Now, somebody is having a different view. Yes, Sulaina? Sulaina? Yes, Makalena?
Is the mistreatment of children by their relatives, parents, or any adult in the society.
Child abuse. Okay, thank you. Now, hope you can see what is on my screen. Look at this video. You understand when you talk about child abuse. You understand what we are talking about.
She appears to forcefully feed the little one. Unable to take in much, the 3-year-old feed. Here she appears to forcefully feed the little one. Unable to take in much, the 3-year-old throws up, which seems to have sparked fury from the 22-year-old nanny.
Because unless you are mentally unstable, you cannot do that. It's unbelievable. I have no words to use.
Police confirms to holding the suspect identified as Jolly Tumhirwe in its custody. She's been charged with child abuse but could as well face attempted murder charges. The video is believed to have been originally posted by the child victim's father on social media, attracting public anger with furious comments. One person said, "Let her rot in jail. She's such an evil girl." Another said, "I know wishing her death makes me a bad person too, but I can't help it." The family of the child victim says the girl is recovering.
It's hard to sleep when the girl keeps on crying at night. She's really traumatized. She doesn't sleep. She eats, but in really small dosages because she's a girl. She's 2 years old.
Statistics from Uganda Police's annual report indicate that child-related offences have increased by about 40% since 2012. However, the exact nature and extent of child abuse in Uganda is unknown, largely due to widespread belief that the cases are underreported, as well as absence of systems for documenting abuses over time. Michael Baleke, CCTV, Kampala.
Yes, hope you have seen that video, and after seeing that video, now we understand when we talk about child abuse, what do we mean? Yes, Makalena? Makalena, you have something to tell us?
Teacher.
Yes.
Is child abuse also known as misusing of rights of children?
Okay, when we talk about child abuse, we are saying that it is the ill treatment or mistreatment of a child. Ill treatment or mistreatment of a child. Ill treatment or mistreatment of a child by either parents or any other adult. When you mistreat a child, or you ill treat a child, a young child, we call that child abuse. We call that child abuse, and in such a case, the child is treated as if he or she is capable of an independent living. So child abuse, it is the mistreatment of a child by either the parents or any other adult. Child abuse, it is the mistreatment of a child by either the parents or any other adult. So in Uganda, we are saying that in Uganda, as you have seen that video, in Uganda, children's rights are being abused. They are being abused in the following ways. They are being abused in the following ways. For instance, we have some parents, they underfeed their children. Some parents, they underfeed their children. Yes, we are seeing that children are overworked at home. You have ever seen such children being overworked? They're being overworked. We are also seeing that some parents reject some children as if they are not their true blood. We have some parents who reject their children. Yes, Nina? Nina, yes, Nina, your hand is up. Okay. So we are also seeing that some children are victims of corporal punishments, punishments which are not right. Yes, Nina?
Teacher, some children are denied education.
That is true. Some children are denied education. Every child has the right to go to school. Every child, but some parents, they decide not to take their children to school, which is not good. So we are seeing that some children have always been victims of defilement. Defilement, mature partners, they force them into that bad act. Mature partners, they force them into that bad act. Rape is another issue. Yes, Nina, you have another point to put across? Yes, Nina? Yes, Sulaina?
Some children are treated harshly and grow up in very hostile environment, which affects their self-esteem and attitude.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So since time is not on our side, we shall find the rest of the notes in the Google Classroom. We shall find the rest of the notes in the Google Classroom. So I'll leave that assignment behind. And it is saying, how has the government of Uganda managed to solve the problem of child abuse? How has the government of Uganda managed to solve the problem of child abuse? Okay, so let us get somebody to give us a closing prayer. Let us get somebody to give us a closing prayer. You can put up your hand, you give us a closing prayer. Yes, Rebecca.
Pray. Oh Lord Father, I want to thank you for this lesson. We want to thank you for whatever we have learned. May it dwell in our hearts so that we may always remember it and we may send our work to the teacher. In Jesus' name we pray and believe. Amen.
Hey. Thank you. Thank you very much. This lesson was made possible with funding from Edify. Yes, funding from Edify, coordinated by Christian Schools Owners Association and also implemented by ICT Teachers Association of Uganda. Thank you for attending. I wish you a nice day.
Thank you, teacher, for teaching.
Yes,
Yes,
Teacher
please.
Joseph. Yeah, I would like to communicate this to the learners. First of all, thank you so much for attending the lessons in big numbers. Today at 3:30, after the last lesson, we're going to have a general assembly that is for all the stakeholders, the parents, the students, and teachers, admins, and all the people who are concerned with this program. So you have to attend because we shall give you updates on what shall follow.